Should you invest in a JoyCon Charging Grip? That is the question of the day here at Switch Force. I'm your host, Zach. I've got Gabe with me. And initially, people were very disappointed that the Switch comes bundled with a regular, non-fancy grip. And instead, you'd have to purchase a $29.99 charging grip if you wanted to keep your Joy-Con charged as you played on the holder. But we're here today to discuss, is that worth your money? And I think, Gabe, we've come to the same conclusion, but let's walk them through the process.
Especially because we did start off on opposite sides of this.
Yes.
The origin of this video was you guys made a top 5 accessories that people should get, and I said, hey, the charging grip isn't on there, and you said the charging grip kind of makes no sense, there's no reason to have it, and I said, no, you're wrong. But now we've kind of come to terms with that. I don't think that this thing is super worth it, and we'll get into why here. First of all, yes, $30. But the other thing, I thought that this thing was like wireless, and it isn't. You have to plug it in with a USB Type-C to your console for it to be charging at all. So
yeah, and the Joy-Con normally will be charging when attached to the Switch, either plugged in or docked. And they have about 20 hours of battery, which is a substantial amount of battery. Very few play sessions will go beyond 20 hours, I would imagine. So as long as you aren't playing beyond 20 hours, you just drop the Joy-Con back into the Switch while it's docked or plugged in, and you will be good to go. Now, it does take 3.5 hours to recharge, so if you're somehow looking for, they're dead, and then, you don't want to wait that full 3.5 hours. But again, even if you wait 2 hours, you should get at least, half of that back. And I can't see a mathematical way where these hours of charging and hours of usage match up in an unfavorable way. And it also takes 3.5 hours on this Joy-Con grip because the charging grip does not have any inherent boost or ability to charge them faster. It merely is connecting them from your couch or wherever you're playing back to the console.
I want to read about the accessory thing. This is officially from Nintendo.com/UK. They have an accessories page already up for everything, really. Mm-hmm. And it says, both Joy-Con controllers can be slotted into this accessory to create a new controller resembling the classic controller. And by classic, they mean the traditional grip. The one thing that we do want to point out is that this is translucent. The traditional grip is not. Unlike the Joy-Con grip, which is bundled with the Nintendo Switch console, the Joy-Con Charging Grip can recharge the Joy-Con while you play, so you never have to worry about running out of power, which, again, that sounds good. This accessory comes with a USB Type-C connector and a USB Type-C cable that allows you to charge both controllers. So it has to be plugged into the Switch while you are using it. So that, to me, kind of eliminates the point. Originally, what I thought happened was that you charged up the grip, and then you played wirelessly, and the grip had a battery bank. But that's not what's happening. So that was just my fault for not being aware. So,
right, and the fact that you get a grip inside the box. If you didn't get a grip, I think it becomes a more alluring and interesting purchase. But while you already are going to have a grip, this would be a second grip that for most people with one Switch and one set of Joy-Con is going to render the initial grip useless. I would say save your money for a future third-party accessory that does have a built-in battery pack. That does charge this wirelessly if that's something that you're interested in, or slot that $30 away for a game or for an eventual Pro controller. But I can't see a way in which this has so much benefit. Again, unless you're planning on playing this thing nonstop, literally, as long as you're sleeping more than 4 hours a day, you're okay. You can play the entire day, 20 hours, charge it while you sleep, and you're good to go.
Well, no, I don't think that anyone is like going to play 20 hours straight and kill the Joy-Cons batteries. That's not what's happening. Of course not. But multiple play sessions, you don't know exactly how many hours you're playing. Like, let's say your Joy-Cons are fully charged. You play like all week. You're just playing, you're playing, and then you don't realize that they're out of battery, but they're out of battery.
And they're never once connected to the Switch?
Some people, no, not if you just, like, let's say, I am primary.
Just leave them on the coffee table or something? Okay.
Yeah, like if I'm using my Switch as a home console and it's always docked, and I don't put my Joy-Cons on there because my Joy-Cons are on my grip, and just, leave it on my desk, just go do what I'm doing. Just think of it the same way that with the DualShock 4 and the Xbox One controller. You don't know when they're going to run out of batteries.
Sure.
You've never preemptively charged these things so that you never see that they're dead. The batteries die. The batteries are gonna die on Joy-Cons while you're playing. It's just gonna be a reality. But so I think that maybe is a reason to get this thing, just so that it doesn't interrupt you. Like you're paying $30 to be able to continually play without being interrupted. Because if you don't,
you can then just put them on the Switch and play that way.
But not if you're still trying to just play on with your TV though.
Yeah, I guess then. So, is it worth $30 to not have to worry about putting them back on when you're done? This is to me. It feels like, can you put your two little toys away for $30? And to me, I'd say I'd rather have the $30.
Well, no, but there are some people that are going to use this primarily as a home console that don't want to look.
Yeah, but still, you just plug them in and you're good.
I don't. Yeah, but not. But let's say you don't want to stop playing.
No, I'm saying after you're done playing, connect them back. That's
no,
all.
But
that's
if I'm in the middle,
you have to do.
No, but if I'm in the middle playing Zelda and I'm not done playing, but my battery's out.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I think as long as people can remember to connect it when they're done, it's literally a 2-second effort to click them back in. Plus, you get to hear the sexy snap sound.
I think you're missing my point.
Your point is that for uninterrupted gameplay, this provides you an opportunity to play however you want with the grip. If you don't have a Pro Controller, if you don't want to play handheld, if you want to play exclusively on TV, you don't want to worry about connecting them, this is your option. And that's totally valid. I would rather be a little bit conscientious than spend $30
You just made a great point, really. I don't think anybody should buy a Pro Controller and the charging grip. To me, that's useless.
Okay.
But if you don't want a Pro Controller...
Which is over double the cost of the charging grip.
Yeah. But, then it has different case uses as well. If you have a Pro Controller, this thing, useless. Because you can always just play with the Pro Controller. If your Pro Controller dies, play with the Joy-Cons, you're good. You'll be fine. But if you only have the 2 Joy-Cons that come bundled with the system, I could see how maybe you pay $30 one time for uninterrupted gaming for the entire lifespan of the Switch. Personally, I wouldn't buy this. I would use those $30 to go towards the Pro Controller, and I would buy the Pro Controller instead.
Yeah, but I would absolutely do that. Either save the money or put it towards, like I said, a game or a controller. I just think as long as you can remember to plug them back in, this serves really no purpose. Or wait for a charging grip that will inevitably come that has a built-in battery pack, whether that's released by Nintendo or by a third party like a PowerA or a PDP or a Hori, something like that. Wait for that one. I just don't see... And plus, look... The test cases would say most of our audience is excited to play handheld. So it will be connected at least some part of their play, and therefore you can probably charge them. Or just simply save yourself $30 and dock those Joy-Con on. But this literally is a translucent shell with a USB-C port. Now, you can get into the discussion about should Nintendo have just included this in the first place, and they absolutely should have. Not really sure why they didn't. Sometimes they get a little goofy on their accessory antics, but because they didn't, I give this a hard no.
So at the end of the day, is the JoyCon charging grip worth it? It's a no for both of us, right?
Absolutely.
And as you guys have seen throughout the video, we have a couple of images. I mean, I like the translucence of it also. That kind of looks cool. But, $30 a little steep just for a translucent shell. So,
yeah, again, game, put towards a Pro Controller or just pocket it. And just remember to put those Joy-Con back on. The grip is a very nice controller, and you do have one in the box. So utilize that and forget about the extra port and the translucency. And we will keep you up to date on other Switch accessories and Switch necessities. Let us know your thoughts on the Joy-Con charging grip. Do you side with us in the form of a no, or is there a reason why you want this thing? Either way, let us know. We're curious to hear your stories and your thoughts on this and everything Switch. For us, myself and Gabe, Switch Force